All right, good morning, everybody. Welcome to the Psychic Academy. So for this morning, basically we're going to be talking more about psychic philosophy. We're going to be doing more about psychic studies, and we're going to be, again, doing some intuitive readings here today. Again, it's a kind of a nice, smaller, intimate group today. So what we're going to do first is we're going to go into meditation, then we'll be getting into affirmations and our water, and then we'll be getting into more, again, psychic philosophy, looking more deeply into value, and then, of course, doing some psychic readings in between as well. So we'll be partnering up again. All right, so let's just go ahead and get ourselves into a nice, relaxed, comfortable posture. We're going to be doing the golden orb meditation. So just go ahead now and close your eyes. And taking a deep breath in through the nose. And out to the mouth. In through the nose. Out to the mouth. And one last time, breathing through the nose. And out to the mouth. And just relax yourself and breathe normal. And I just want you to imagine that directly below your feet, you are starting to imagine a golden orb of light that is now starting to manifest itself into reality. And it is just beginning to bond its energy together with the bottom of your feet, so the flat of your feet, your heel. And in that sense, being able to work together with your toes all the way up to your ankles as this golden orb of light slowly and peacefully and tranquilly rises itself up through your body, moving up through your ankles, moving up through your shins, moving up through your knees, just feeling that relaxing vibration as it continues to ascend up your body. Moving up to your thighs and to your hips, moving up to your stomach, moving up to your upper chest and back, and just seeing it follow through your right shoulder, down your right arm, down to your right hands, your right fingers, traveling back up, going to the left shoulder, the left arm, right to the left hand, into your fingers, traveling back up, moving up your neck, up your face, and right directly to your crown chakra. And just feeling the energy of this beautiful golden orb, completely energizing you and harmonizing you entirely. Once this orb now reaches the top of your crown chakra, it now starts to shower out glitter, golden specks of glitter that are now starting to encompass your entire energetic field. Your aura is now being saturated with this golden glitter from the orb. And the orb itself now disperses itself into an immense saturation of glitter, now just starting to bond itself harmoniously and lovingly with your auric field. And just give yourself a few moments now to ground this energy. Let this energy ground into your auric field. Let it ground into your body. Again, just taking another deep breath in. And out through your mouth. And let's bring ourselves back into the present moment with this feeling of beautiful grounded energy now saturating our body. Wriggle out our hands, wriggle out our feet, flutter our eyes open. When you're ready, you can come back into the present moment.
Hey, Brad. I'm sorry, Ian doesn't see the link.
Anne doesn't see the link? Okay, I'll try to send it to her again.
Thank
She
you.
just has to check her email. She just has to go to her email and see if it's test there. I'll see if I can just send her a quick see if I can post on the page. I know, like Google Plus Hangouts is just crazy. Okay, let me see if I can go to her Google page, and I'll see if I can send her a link there.
I think she was watching us from the outside. She could tell we were in meditation, but she couldn't click in where she's participating.
Yeah.
I told her to check her email.
Yeah, I'm just going to drop her a quick text here on Google+.
She's in now.
Oh, great.
Thank you.
Hi, Ann. Welcome.
Hi.
Hello, Ann.
Hi. I don't know what was going on. I could see y'all. It was something different through Google Plus, but I wasn't part of it.
She clicked on the wrong link.
It's weird technology. That's all it is. But yeah, we were just doing a golden orb meditation, so just kind of waking ourselves up this morning as well, too, or this afternoon, wherever we are. So again, thank you, Ann, for being here. So what we're going to do now is we're going to go ahead and move on to our morning affirmations. And then we'll be going on to our glass of water for positive, powerful affirmations. So I'm going to go ahead and begin my affirmation for this morning. Again, I still feel that at times I'm still kind of cluttered in thoughts. There's still points of areas that I'm kind of just drifting off to, and feel that at times I still have challenges getting to center in regards to waking up in the morning and just really getting the day started. But I realize that, again, this is all just part of experience, and that through the continual practice and transformations that's going to happen, centering will become a lot more prominent within my reality. So that's my affirmation for this morning. Let's move on to Sergey.
I realize that I still experience and choose to experience many things that I don't necessarily prefer, but I realize that I do that not as much as I used to do it. So I realize that I'm moving in the right direction, and over time it will be better and better. So.
Very good. Thank you, Sergey. All right, let's move on to Patty.
I recognize that I flit and float from one thing to the next and don't often spend time on the things that I want to expand in my life. But I fully approve of who I am, even as I get better, and I attempt all possible ways to implement focus and to fully be in the now.
Very good. Thank you. All right, let's move on to Chloe.
I acknowledge that there are 1,000 things I want to do at the exact same time right now. And I realize that it's okay for me to do them as I can.
Exactly. Very good. All right, thank you, Chloe. Let's move on to Gail.
I acknowledge I let fear, worry, and doubt take hold of me. I realize this thinking is limited to the future I want to create for myself. I change limited beliefs into positive beliefs. I am the creative force beyond all that is perfect. And so it is.
Very good. Perfect. Thank you so much, Gail. Let's move on to Autumn.
Okay, so I acknowledge that I might have an addiction to cheese. But I am already making great changes in my diet that'll help my circulation and address any of the blockages that are happening. So I'm on my way.
You know what, Autumn? You're not the only one who's addicted to something. I have this. This is what's called a chai latte.
Oh, yes.
Tia calls it my crack. So, you know. It's
Star
very,
crack, yes.
Yes, exactly. So yeah, we got our addictions as well. But you know what? I'd rather be drinking these chai lattes and coffee. So you know, like I was drinking like 3, 4, 5 cups of coffee a day and all that. And I could feel when I was doing yoga as well too. Like it really tense up the muscles, it get them like really, really stiff. And then when I finally got off it, and you know, and to start drinking this, like it's good. You know, it's not the 100% best thing in the world, but at least it's not cramping up the muscles. I feel good when I'm drinking as well too. So it's a pleasant addiction, I'd say. But I know it's always going to eventually phase into something else. So, and that's the whole idea. If you're feeling cheese, okay, that's great. Now it's basically eventually going to phase into something else, right? Something will come to give a good substitute.
Yeah, I'm a vegetarian, so I have to pay attention to it. Cheese is kind of the go-to thing whenever you're a vegetarian. So I've got some other good things in my recipe book now, so I think we'll be all right.
Good stuff, good stuff. All right, thank you, Autumn. And let's move on to Ann.
I acknowledge that I am not disciplined enough to stick with one thing. I will sit down and figure out where I really need to focus my energy, and then I get caught up in other things and scattered and not moving along the way I would really like to. But I acknowledge as I move into other distractions that there is joy and passion in it, and I come back to my main focus more refreshed. So.
Very good. Excellent. Thank you. All right, so Alyssa, welcome. Sorry we had a bit of trouble getting you in today. There's just been some problems with Google Hangouts this morning.
That's okay. It's major interference.
Yeah,
I'm
definitely.
here now. I had to twist a few angels' wings to get me in. Oh, Lord. Okay. Yeah, affirmation.
Yeah, we're just doing this morning's affirmation, so if you had one, you want to share.
After I cool down a few, I was reminded that yes, I still can lose my cool, but I held on to it. I lost it in the shower. I lost it in the shower. Ooh. Yeah. The drama continues.
That's right.
Fed up. So I was just reminded of my humanity today, and I am actually grateful for it. There you go.
Very good. Excellent. And again, that's why we're moving into water affirmation, so we'll try and get ourselves recharged as well too. So again, with this morning, just being able to do the golden orb meditation, and again, I think everybody here has experienced the golden orb meditation, so being able to do that is a really good recommendation. Just being able to see this golden orb of light just starting at the bottom of your feet, working all the way up to the top of your head. Once it reaches your crown, just starts to explode and go and have all this glitter just flow through your field. And this is just a very powerful recharge. It just helps to really balance yourself and come into neutrality and just make you feel good, give that kind of really good feeling as well. But anyways, we're going to go ahead and move on to our water affirmation. So we're going to go ahead and grab our glasses of water and a positive, powerful affirmation to follow. And when you're ready, you may begin. Okay, great. So we're going to go ahead and jump right into actually partnering up and doing psychic readings first, and then we're going to be doing more in regards to, again, psychic philosophy and psychic studies. So this will just be, again, another way to really energize ourselves this morning. So we got an even pair here, I guess, with me included, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. Okay, great. 2, 4, 6, 7, 8. 8 of us, which is seeing double. All right. So with the teams today, we'll have Anne and myself. We're going to have Autumn and Celissa. We'll have Anne and Sergey, and we'll have Khalil and Patty as well too. So I'm going to firstly start off with Khalil and Patty, and then just work our way outwards. So Khalil, I'll get you to go ahead and go first, and then Patty, you can follow up.
Okay, I just wanted to recognize that I believe you said Anne with 2 different people.
Yeah.
Yeah, Anne and myself will be partnered up. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
And what about me? So who
Sergey,
am I?
you're partnered up with Gail.
Yeah, okay.
All right, and I was actually distracted by the double N thing.
Yeah,
and,
give yourself
totally.
Yeah. So Khalil, you'll be ready for Patty. So just give yourself a minute, and when you're ready, you can begin.
Okay.
So Khalil, are you feeling anything coming in through Peg?
Yes, yes.
So what I'd like us to try and do today is, rather than giving this long pause, I just want to see how you guys do like that. Just being able to see if I can turn into Patty, and now just thoughts are coming together as well too. This is just so we're kind of working together with the the processing power. So if you feel that it's okay to take a bit of a pause if you need to neutralize, but once you feel neutralized, just run with it, bam, and just go ahead and see what may be coming through for your partner. So if you're feeling anything that's coming through right after you neutralize, then go ahead.
Okay. First thing, I'm getting kind of a smiley face behind you. Just basically saying to keep doing this, which is to keep smiling. I got kids playing on a merry-go-round, and I was asking what that means as we stopped just now. Let me see. The circle going in a circular motion, playing seems to have significance. Not sure exactly what to interpret from the actual circular motion itself. Maybe something sticks out to you.
That's okay. Don't worry about analyzing. If you feel that there's more coming through, then you can always just put it through. We can always look into it just later on.
Okay.
Yeah. If you receive more.
Well, I did just do a big mandala, and so there's a big circle there. So maybe that was it.
Oh, cool.
For you, the first thing I saw was it was like an animal, but it had like one of those Mayan head masks on it, coming in from you were right. But I did not ask about that, because then I saw a big, it looked like a mandala, but then I thought of a big flower, and then around your head and your shoulders. And then with that, I saw like just a lot of expansion. But I didn't get any information about the animal that came in first. That's all I got.
You know what the animal was?
No, it was it kind of looked like maybe the body of a panther, but the head looked like one of those Mayan masks. It was interesting.
I do feel that Khalil actually does vibrate very strongly to the panther energy in that sense. That represents, kind of very strong intuition, very strong, kind of almost like, protector territory, etc. So like that. May also do with all of the energies, right, as well. Very good. And the merry-go-round, there's that spinning circle as well too. This can relate to many different things. The mandala can be one thing. It can also be the chakra centers. It can also be the idea of energy, of motivation as well too. Momentum, being able to go and moving places, being able to again enjoy yourself. So the momentum to enjoy, the momentum to circulate. So yeah, it sounds very good. Good job, both of you guys. Thank you so much. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and move on to Gail and to Sergey. So Sergey, I'll get you to go first, and then Gail can follow.
Okay, just give me a second.
Can't hear you, Sergey.
Sergey, you're muted.
Okay, sorry. Okay, so what I was saying that I got the image of the excitement coming out of you, that you're excited, and you're like almost like clapping in your hands. You're like that excited. And also I got a message that you should look into working around your heart chakra involving your hands. So it will be like something like this around the heart chakra. I don't know if you can see me, but around this area, like movements with your hands. Also, I got a symbol like this. That's a connection symbol that will be of assistance to you as well. And also got a message that that you need to ground more, so you can like stabilize yourself rather than have like swings between like high excitement and doubt. So when you ground yourself, then you'll be able to progress quicker. And also I got a kind of an vision, but I couldn't really understand what it meant. So basically that you're holding a book and doing like this, like you were looking for something in there. So I couldn't really understand what it meant, though. Let me see if I can get a more insight. What I got that you're looking for like knowledge, some kind of knowledge in the book. You're trying to like looking for, I don't know, teachers and looking for something specific and like going through like different I don't know, books or different teachers, trying to like find something that you're looking for, and you're like briefly kind of like review that teaching or idea. If it resonates, great. If not, you just move on. You're just trying to find something right now to assist you, like something that really resonates with you. You're in search of that. So that's what I got.
I think that's right on, because I don't know, I'm mesmerized with this Kundalini, but I also am fearful of it. Brad, you used to talk about Kundalini a lot. So I was doing some research yesterday and then looking on YouTube. But yeah, I resonate with what you shared. And for you, I see like a band playing behind you, like a guitar player, a drummer, and then white light like flickering above that. And what I got is to listen to music more, sing, be playful, joyful, be aware of the moments where that's happening, where you're really in tune with the moment. Like you hear a song that takes you back, or and you remember a great feeling. Just stay in that moment. Then I see like a bunch of different leaves, and autumn comes to mind with a beautiful foliage. And I asked why I'm seeing these autumn leaves. And as I see Autumn out of the corner of my eye, you're expanding. So you also are noticing these energies that I've been talking about today. They're also affecting you. So it's saying don't judge it, just go with the flow. It just is. I think that message was a little for both of us. And smile more. Just stay in the flow. I don't know. I guess your mind is preoccupied, like all of us. You know, what we're doing in the future, where we need to go to learn something different or to expand our horizon. So they're just saying, just stay in the now moment. And I really needed to hear that myself.
Well, that's the resonance. See, like, it's a synchronicity. It works for both of us. Yeah, I can definitely resonate with that. I've been working on the feeling side lately, and I know that's probably like the next step for me to really develop that area more. And such things like is listening to music or like paying attention to the moment, like without planning, definitely assist in that. And that's what I started doing. But I still like experience some challenges because I find myself like getting back into thinking. So, but I started doing that and noticing like positive change, and such things definitely assist me, and that's what I'm doing right now and want to do more and more of that. So yeah, definitely works for me.
All right, great guys, thank you so much. All right, so we'll go ahead and move on to our next pairing. We'll move on to Autumn and to Celissa. So Autumn, I'll get you to go ahead and go first, and then Celissa can follow.
Okay, Celissa, so I get that you are in really good communication with your angels. So keep listening to that. You're going to be receiving more repetitive messages through dreams or visions. And they're saying if you get a thought to call someone, to go ahead and follow through with that. That will be important. So you know, I should call them, and then we never end up doing it. Go ahead and do it. Do it as soon as you think of it. I get that your prayers are being answered. They're in the process of being answered. So be extra observant and notice what you're hearing, what you're saying and thinking, and really pay attention to how that makes you feel. Things are feeling dramatic because you're holding on to a really dramatic belief about someone or a person or people that is not true. So that came through kind of strongly. So think about that. Just be extra observant of those feelings when you feel it feels dramatic or it feels not good. Recognize that that's the belief that that happens right before that is probably false. And then I get that you're just experiencing a lot of spiritual growth, and it's really rapid, so this can be kind of confusing and exciting. So don't worry about how the future is going to blend with your spiritual growth. The angels got you.
Yeah,
that's what I had.
That's good. Yeah, the drama's not mine. But it affects.
Just the feeling that that it gives you, the drama that doesn't feel good.
Well, yeah, because at this point you just fed up.
Yeah.
But it just calms down and then boom. But it's
yeah.
Let them handle it.
Well, it's like you said, it's not yours, so you don't have to wrap yourself up in it.
Exactly, it's not mine. But when it comes to bite, that's when I'm like, okay, that's enough.
Yeah.
And that was today.
Oh yeah.
I lost it in the shower.
Wash it off.
I know.
It's actually a very good reminder that you go into that. You know, if you feel that there's just a lot of stuff doing it, go into a shower and do that representation. You imagine that the water is like healing. Right?
Oh, it felt so good. Oh yeah. Okay, now for Autumn. Okay, dear, you've got two cherubs that are bringing some peace on your soul level. And, yeah, I know that saying, Gail.
Thank God.
Yeah. So you've got the pink and the blue going around you to harmonize. You've got deer around you too. I think for the a deer, a totem. Deer is gonna, I think, bring you quite alert. But you can look it up. I don't remember deer exactly what deer means, but it's really, really deer is wonderful to have as a totem.
That's V-E-R?
Deer as in Bambi.
Oh, got it.
Sorry. I think my audio is a little off.
It's okay.
But yeah, so the cherubs are bringing more peace and a bit more harmony on your soul level. Also, with your cat, you might look into the diet. There's something not quite agreeing with him.
Okay.
And I've got a symbol. It's for you. This is for you and your cat.
Wow.
Okay.
You will show this to the cat. I'll recreate it a little bit better.
Okay, great.
For you and your cat. Yeah. There's a harmony that's going to come more with your cat. It's
Okay.
just so diet. I'm not sure if he's it's not allergy per se, but you will know more. Just observe. Maybe it's something in the ingredients that is not quite. So it might make him act out. Yeah.
Okay, great. Thank
you
you.
know more about that than I can.
Okay.
All right.
Thank you.
All right, guys. Great. Thank you so much. Again, some really great readings this morning. Very, very well done. All right, we're going to go ahead and move on to the final pairing with myself and Anne. Afterwards, Adronis and Ray are actually going to come through and channeling, and they're going to talk about psychic philosophy today. So there will also be a Q&A afterwards. After we're done that, then we'll basically just have some community discussion afterwards. So this week is really about, again, looking into value and to select psychic philosophy, psychic studies. Next week, actually, what we're going to be doing is we're going to be looking into rituals and being able to actually have methods and practicums we can do inside and outside of class to help refine a lot more psychic ability and intuition. So next week will all be about rituals and methods. Okay, so that'll be next week's stuff. That's just what I'm getting download-wise here right now. Anyways, we're going to go ahead and move on with Anne and myself. So Anne, you can go ahead and start up with me, and then I'll follow up with you once you're ready.
I saw a stream of white light coming down into your crown to the top of your head, and as it was coming down, then you actually started from your feet catching on fire and flames that started burning up, and so you were all in flames. The crown was being filled with this white light, and then a platform went across the top of your head like that, and there were flames all across the platform. And then you started being drawn up through this platform of flames, and I got that you were being purified. I don't know if that's just body, mind, soul, whatever, but it's a purification process. Yes. And you went up to the top of the platform. There were flames, small flames, like a little fire along the bottom of the platform. You still had some flaming going on. The white light was still beaming in, and you stretched your arms out. And in your right hand, there was descended a purple orb that was actually flaming, so it's kind of teardrop with a little flame in your right hand, and your left hand was a white one. And so you were standing there with those, and different ones would come and go. They would land in your hand, and it's like things would just burn up and illuminate. So I'm guessing you're going through some kind of purification process, and you're actually helping others to do that too. People or souls or beings descend to you, and you are, through your frequency, helping to eliminate blockages or whatever, and to help open them up.
No, that's very true. Very good. Actually, with Tamika, our newest student, I was doing a light circuitry attunement on her last night, and being able to work on certain forms of issues that she had as well too. It's a very, very powerful method that was, and it's very much in description to what you were just sharing as well too in regards to that type of purification. So I felt a lot of energy was coming through me last night as well. So it just felt very, very strong, very, very powerful. So yeah, definitely, I do feel like there's definitely been like a lot of kind of like new initiations, new purifications that are coming through. So that's definitely feeling very, very spot on for me. So thank you, Anne. I'm just going to take a moment now and connect to your energy. I'm kind of seeing you like this, and I'm seeing all these dollar bills that are just kind of flying down with this guy, like, finally it's coming. So this is giving me my idea of abundance, great financial abundance that's coming together with you. I feel that there's like some meetings. I feel that there's new faces that are going to be coming into your reality, and basically in that sense, they're actually going to be positive proposals. Like, positive deals that are going to be worked out. So it's basically like people shaking hands a lot. Again, a lot of money just falling from the sky, so to speak. Feels like a lot of financial abundance is coming your way, and I feel that this is really for the month of March. So March really represents financial abundance time. It really represents a very strong time with you. It feels like, again, a lot of that, what you have been putting all of your energy toward these past few months or even past couple of years, is now going to start coming into fruition. So it feels like the month of March is really going to be a very abundant time. I feel that there's new relationships coming together, just again, really looking into positive proposals, new people that you're going to decide to work with as well too, who will really be, again, very genuine. So I feel this is also a month of genuine opportunity as well too. You may still feel that there's maybe some people in your field that are kind of, nitpicky or choosy in that sense, but you'll be able to kind of sort through them very, very quickly. So what I feel, again, the month of March really represents strong opportunity and great financial abundance coming your way.
Well, thank you. That actually is already starting to happen a little bit. I just formed a partnership with someone the past few days who is going to invest in the salt thing that I was wanting to do on a smaller scale, but just put our foot in the water just to get a feel for it and then decide to go out from there. So
Great.
We are moving forward with that. So thank you.
Very good. Thank you so much. Yeah, month of March, again, going to be very, very grand for you. So excellent.
Thank you.
Okay, guys, very good. So again, thank you everybody for doing some really great readings this morning. Again, we had a lot of great stuff we were talking about here. I really like, again, how everybody's just really bringing in some good images and symbols as well too. That's very, very powerful. But usually what I just like to do is just like, if you just have to take a minute to ground and to neutralize yourself, it's basically like you're flicking on a light switch as soon as you're ready to go. Like, so, okay, I'm grounded, I'm neutralized, I'm centered, bam, I'm ready to go. And now the flow will just start to come in. It's just about trusting. What I feel is like I feel every single one of your guides, and I feel like they're just like a crowd behind me. I can feel all of your energies, and like all this crowd is right behind me. They're linked to you, and they're linked to me, and I can feel it. So it's just basically having the trust of knowing that all of your energies that are going to assist you and interpret your intuition are there, and that they're going to assist you in that way. So just continue to have that trust, knowing that as soon as you feel something, just vocalize it. Doesn't even matter what it is. Okay, I'm seeing you on the back of a pig that has wings, and it's flying, right? No matter how outrageous that may sound, it has some type of significance as well too. So just whenever you feel that flow coming in, that thought coming in, that intention, that feeling, just feel free to share it. That's the whole key. And don't worry about it sounding ridiculous. If it doesn't seem sensical, if it feels nonsense, etc., doesn't matter. Just let that energy flow as soon as it goes through. Okay. All right. So again, as a download I've received, Adronis and Rayar will be coming through here and talking about psychic philosophy. So I'm going to go ahead and connect with them, and there will be a Q&A afterwards. Adronis and Rayar will kind of switch back and forth as usual, as they do. But if you guys have any questions afterwards, you can definitely have an interaction with Adronis. So I'll just be a moment here while I connect to the energy, and we'll get started. Clear here at this time, and we bid you greetings, and thank you very much for the opportunity of this interaction today. I am Adronis of Sirius, sending love, appreciation, and gratitude to all who are tuning in to this particular broadcast being brought forward through your internet collective consciousness. We have been asked by the conduit to share illumination pertaining to the idea of what you would know as psychic philosophy. Again, Rayar herself will, at some point, come through in regards to where the energies are appropriate to allow the calibration to take place. In regards to our particular perspective relating to that idea of psychic philosophy, that the philosophy itself represents the idea of what you are naturally made out of, Every single one of you is a psychic. Every single one of you is naturally intuitive. Every single one of you is a healer. Every single one of you has what you may consider to be the supernatural contained within yourself. Now, truly, from our perspective, this is a naturalness. There really is, again, no idea of that which is beyond you. There is only the idea of borders. There is only the idea of squares. There is only the idea of these particular forms of barriers that you place upon yourself in regards to the illusion that you play representing limitation. As long as you feel you're still playing it, then everything that represents the validation of that limitation will become your reality altogether. Understand that, yes, you are playing together with a collective consciousness of 7 billion humans, of billions of other life forms that work together within your second density nexus, representing that of your animals, your insects, your aquatic energies, everything, elements together. And that this is all part of a hive. This is all representing the idea of a colony. This is all representing the idea that you have all decided to collectively agree upon playing within ground rules that help you to understand more about yourself. And so the psychic nature in that way is the sprinkling of the breadcrumbs that you are finding upon the trail of life. And as you start to follow that breadcrumb trail, you move into more avenues about how more of you is received. And that you are basically just traveling to look into these hall of mirrors so that you are able to see a more fuller perspective of yourself. And the fuller perspective of yourself is being able to angle yourself just right so that you can see yourself cast in all the reflections that represent the embodiment of how you see yourself entirely. And so again, psychic philosophy simply represents the idea of being able to go into these mirrors and being able to be willing to see all of the reflections of yourself, all the perspectives that you exist as, and that everybody else upon your planet interacting together with you, here on this world together with you, are these living mirrors, are the reflections that are coming together. This is again known as law of catalyst, representing the idea that they are becoming examples of how you perceive yourself. You feel that you are high and mighty and feeling very, very powerful and feeling very, very empowered. You will attract those particular symbols of individuals that will come together as catalysts to show you exactly what you're broadcasting. The same thing goes with the opposite frequency. If you're feeling down in the dumps, if you're feeling despair, if you're feeling sad, if you're feeling fearful, those particular elements, those catalysts of people will come together in your reality to tell you exactly what you are broadcasting. It's all just a dialogue with yourself. And so looking into this particular degree, relating to that there is only just you within your universe, that everybody else is just a catalyst, that everybody else is just a mirror, this is how you are able to interpret yourself psychically in a great deal of empowerment, because now you're just looking at a reflection of yourself. What would it be like if I was to be born with this mother, to be born in Australia, to work as a painter, and in that sense being able to explore a lot more only on foot, just being able to walk, having no vehicles? Well, there you go. That's another perspective of yourself. That's another catalyst. That's another particular idea of a mirror that is reflecting the same perspective on planet Earth, but again has a different theme attached to it. So this is just something to ponder, that the more that you see the reflections of people within your reality, the more that you are understanding how, in that depth, that you are becoming more psychic, because the psychic simply represents the understanding of the reflection. And that's the key here, is looking into the understanding of the reflection of everybody that's a part of your reality. And as you go into that depth, you realize that, oh my goodness, I really am not alone. I really am not by myself here. I am actually able to tune into these particular energies and feel myself as one mind, as one body, as one heart, as one spirit, as this reflection before me. For that reflection is another soul existing within their own universe that is co-creating together with you. Allow us a moment now to calibrate the energies for Rayar. One moment, please. Beloveds, we thank you once again for allowing this interaction to commence with all of you today. Understand that everything that represents the idea of the psychic, everything that represents your intuition, everything that represents your energy together is all part of a maze that you have consciously created. And that the ability of the psychic is one who is able to navigate through that maze. They are able to see that the maze itself is something that they can just look above, something that they have just created, and something that they have just pondered. The one who is psychic, the one who is intuitive, the one who feels empowered within their hearts is the one who feels that they have become the maze creator. The one who feels disempowered, the one who feels they buy into their limitation, the one who feels that they are not able to evolve themselves into the path that they feel stagnant within this path, is the one who is wandering the maze, the one who is going through the entrance and does not know where to go. They have become lost in the idea and the invention of their own creation, and that you all have the capability right now to be the seer of your entire maze, to be the creator altogether. And this is basically what we feel the psychic maze entails. That the psychic maze is just helping you to understand that here you are on a planet. You do not know why you're here. You really do not know why you're here. And you really do not know why all these other people are around you. You do not know why all this nature surrounds you. You do not know why this planet is traveling through space. You do not know where the star system is going. You do not know the purpose and functionality of the galaxy. You do not know the idea of the infinite levels of vibrational frequency that exist. Yet, it is interesting. Yet, it ponders together a feeling of equilibrium, that you understand that you have accepted life, even though life has not even just begun to communicate with you. And so the psychic ponders the idea of life. The psychic ponders the extensions and connections of how everybody here is connected, of how you are all associated together as family. For you are not just human, for you are travelers. You are soul. You have gone upon soul journeys, upon other different planets, upon other different dimensions, upon other different realities, through other different realms, through other different frequencies, enacting as other different perspectives, simply because you're travelers. And it is no different from what you are doing here in this life. This life is here to show you exactly the energies of yourself, how you connect together with everybody else. And this is truly the way of the psychic, being able to look into the psi of yourself and seeing how it all connects together with the clicks of reality. And you can refer to that as the cyclic in a certain way. You are going through cycles, and through these cycles you are again further understanding yourselves, moving deeper into realizing that the philosophies that we carry, of the intuition, of the psychic abilities that we hold, are all about the depths of the ocean that we begin to purge deeper and deeper within. And so this is truly the nature of the philosophy pertaining to the psychic, the one who holds depth, the one who explores depth, the one who is the depth of reality, to ponder all that is here and now. We thank you, and we now return to Adronis. We are back, and we thank you once again for the opportunity of this interaction. This will therefore conclude our particular talk relating to that of psychic philosophy. We will now open the floor, as it were, pertaining to the idea of a question and answer period, should any of you have any to share. So, thank you very much, and how may we assist any of you today?
Hi, Adronis. This is Sergey.
Hello, Sergey.
I had a quick question.
Yes.
I had a question about the technique you could call Qigong.
Yes.
I wonder if the actual physical movement, are they like a placebo effect, and the actual visualization that what helps here, or the actual physical movements have certain effects on the energy fields and the Qi energy?
The placebo effect of what you would understand is simply the generation of a state of being that you prefer. Now understand that the placebo effect is truly in reference to everything within reality. It does not only relate to the idea of your medical field. It represents the idea of your own abundance. When you actually allow financial abundance to come through, that's a placebo. It's just a fancy name that your medical community has created in regards to how they, in that sense, look shyly away into the idea of how a person is utilizing their consciousness to heal. So the whole idea is that, yes, placebo effects can certainly be a part of it, but there is actually a science behind the movement and motion pertaining to the energies representative of that of Qigong or yoga or many other different ways. Your body is an antenna, and through the antenna, it works together in certain levels of movement to help align energies to circulate. It is no different than what you would refer to as a circuit board on your planet. That you are basically redirecting energies, you are purging energies, you are transmuting energies, and you're doing this through the idea of breath, you're doing this through the idea of movement, you're doing this through the idea of posture, you're doing this through the idea of thought, you're doing this through the idea of everything that represents expression through yourself. So Qigong simply represents one fundamental to that nature. Again, placebo effect can certainly happen, but again, that is just the name to how you feel you want to enrich yourself in regards to how consciousness is serving as an ally. So again, that's the basis. Again, you are simply aligning your antenna to shape in yourself, to merge yourself, to connect yourself into purification through the idea of coordinated movements that function no differently than the flow of water.
Okay, thank you. And just another question about the same thing. So the movement of the energy in your body, it basically just makes you healthier? Is that the only purpose of it?
The idea that you are moving from stale, static position to the idea of flowing energy. Energy is meant to flow. That's the whole idea. That's why it is here. Your energy is never static. But when your body remains static, energy itself is not able to bring itself into the epitome of the fluctuation of flow necessary to actually allow the optimal levels of your body to be commenced in appropriation. So when you are working together with these particular forms of exercises, the energy is you. Your body and your energy are one. Your mind and your body and your spirit are one. And so when you begin to utilize the particular form of dance, as it were, the postures pertaining to the energy as it decides to flow, you are channeling that energy. You are allowing the energy itself to work together with you and seeing exactly how it does benefit with you, because you're playing with the energy in regards to those particular forms of practices, those postures together. They are helping you to circulate. It is no different than that you require circulation of blood in order for your body to live. So you're doing the exact same thing here. You are allowing the motion of energy to circulate through the fields of your own body, and that your own body requires this particular type of circulation in order for it to function optimally. And that is basically how you are becoming, in that sense, much more knowledgeable in regards to expansion techniques, much in that sense improved in the idea of memory, which can also, in that sense, fundamentally happen through Qigong. The idea of, in that sense, increased health, increased vitality, being able to lose weight, being able to, again, have certain forms of improvements relating to physical senses, being able to work together in the digestive system, the circulatory system, etc. All energy works together with your physical body. The physical body is just a canvas of everything that's being experienced by energy. So energy itself is the true primary catalyst, the primordial source, as it were, pertaining to everything that represents the functionality, formation, and design of the body. And it is your mentality that allows that shaping to commence. Therefore, that can be what can often be referred to as placebo.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you. Any other questions?
Hi, Dronis. I do have a question. This is Anne.
Yes.
When we have our energy circulating and we're working on keeping ourselves healthy and moving and so forth, what is the best way for us to block other energies from interfering, whether it's someone projecting something or a cell phone tower or just sitting in front of the computer?
The closest approximation we could give is to making your environment as, again, harmonious as possible. This is why we say that when you are doing certain forms of exercises, let it be in a space that you are naturally comfortable with. So however you wish to appropriate the space that is appropriate for your own sacred understandings, then we would recommend this. By being able to adapt yourself into that frequency of truly being within that joy, of truly being within that bliss, that's all that's needed. If you truly are in bliss, you're not distracted by anything else. You're completely here, you're completely now, you're completely centered. And that is the vibration that you're carrying. So even though you feel that you are creating a harmonious space that is very energetically efficient with your being, that yes, there can be other particular energies that can be outside that bubble. But as long as you feel focused and centered and aligned to the vibration of this beingness, then everything that represents the energy of that matter will, in that sense, function together as a totality of reality. This is simply through the idea of what you would know as being present and being in joy together in the moment of presence. All right?
Okay, so let me just clarify one thing. The room I work in at the spa is right next to the X-ray room, and sometimes I'm a little concerned with that.
Yes. Then you would want to look into, shall we say, physical properties pertaining to how you can allow that energy to not be, in that sense, intrusive to not only your physical body, but through the idea of, in that sense, of your own state of being together. So the whole idea here is if you feel uncomfortable with a room that is right next to an X-ray, then that would be something for you to consider in that way. Would this be a beneficial space to utilizing such a form, or would you feel that you would need to put in, shall we say, additional measures upon your room itself to allow the energies to become tranquilized as they move within your space? So that is something to be aware of.
Okay, thank you. Thank you.
Yes. Any other questions?
Hi, Brad. I have a question, Nadronis. I just feel kind of yucky for the last couple of days, and I noticed that when I wake up at nighttime, low vibrational thoughts are in my mind immediately. And I'm just wondering why that's going on. Is it something?
This is the result of not being able to ground yourself fully to the energies that you're receiving. Understand that when you are basically bringing yourself into higher elevations of consciousness, this is wonderful. It is indeed a beautiful state to be in. However, that energy needs to be grounded. The whole idea is that many of you collect this energy and you don't know what to do with it. And so the whole key is being able to take this energy and ground it together in your being and allow this energy to become grounded. If you do not ground, you will experience very similar to what is known on your planet as bipolar nature. That's what happens. Whenever you're feeling bipolar, you're not grounded. That's the whole key. So be mindful relating to the idea of grounding yourself. That goes for walks in nature, that goes for meditation, that goes for eating something that you feel very grounded with, that you feel very fulfilling within your body. That's doing exercise, whatever you feel bringing yourself into the level of grounding necessary. This is why you're in flux. Oh my goodness, I'm getting all this energy, but I don't know what to do with it. And all it's doing is throwing all these thought forms that are buried into your being, that because you're not grounded. All these thought forms that have been held for days, weeks, months, years, lifetimes before are now starting to bring themselves into your field. And as long as you continue to feel that you're enjoying this energy and you're saturating yourself in all this universal energy, but you're not grounding it to the lower three chakras, then you're basically going through these bipolar-like states, simply because these thought forms have escaped the areas of your being and they're not being grounded. You're not allowing yourself to allow these thought forms to, in that sense, vacate and transcend. So the whole key here is being able to ground yourself effectively so that you are not feeling this short circuit, as it were, pertaining to higher vibrational frequencies. We already feel that your higher sensations and your higher calibrations of energy are very strong, Gail, and that you are in that sense indeed receiving wonderful, universal information coming through. This is the symbolism in regards to the book. It is the pursuance for the idea of knowledge, flipping through the pages so quickly. You want to receive all that information. But just remember that when you eat, you also digest. And this is also the idea of grounding. Digest the energies to come through so that they can flow and facilitate themselves appropriately through you. All right?
Thank you.
Thank you. Any last questions?
Appreciate it.
Any other questions?
Hi, Adonis. Yes, this is Autumn.
Hello, Autumn.
Hi. Last night I had a pretty vivid dream about meeting a man with autism. I wondered if you could maybe share any insight about that dream.
We feel that, again, the energies that we are sensing pertaining to your dream in that sense is a symbolism altogether. Is that much in regards to the work that you are doing pertaining to working together with autistic children in that sense is basically representing the idea of a projection, or in this way a guide, that is helping you on a much more adult level to gain more of a fundamental perspective of autism in a different form. And so it's basically looking into the idea of, shall we say, attempted recommunication in regards to the energies that you're working with based upon, shall we say, attempting to identify and helping to heal those that are in this state of autism. And so it is what you refer to as, in that sense, an autistic male guide that is working together and helping you understand more of the identity pertaining to communication in this way.
Wow, thank you so much.
Thank you.
That's cool.
We must conclude at this time, but we thank you very much for the opportunity of this interaction today. I am Adronis of Sirius, sending love, appreciation, and gratitude to all who have tuned in to this broadcast through your internet collective consciousness. Thank you very much. Farewell for this timing, and we now return to the conduit. We will speak to you again in the infinite moment of now. Goodbye. All right, guys. Thank you so much. Some great questions there as well, too. I appreciate it. So that is, again, just Adronis' perspective and Rayar's perspective in regards to psychic philosophy. And I really like the idea that they were talking about depth and that, you know, just for us wanting to explore more about reality, understanding more about why we're here, understanding more about how we're all connected to everything and everyone really is the idea of that form of psychic philosophy. So I think what we're going to do right now, just for the next little bit, is just being able to, again, have any particular forms of Q&A or sharings that we want to do. It's kind of like share and tell mode right now, I guess you could say. Is there anything that's been happening, not only just recently, but in the past, that anybody feels that they are ready, that they would like to share, or any inspiration that they would like to share, or even any advice that they would like to share for anybody else? I get this idea here. Let's talk about grounding. So in regards to grounding, what do we feel is one of the best methods that we can do in regards to grounding?
Walk in nature is good.
Does anybody have any experiences of when they felt very, very high up here and that they were willing to bring themselves down? Has there been any kind of sharings with that?
Well, I guess I'd like to hear what other people are saying, because I had some challenges with that. I was trying different things, and I found that rather recently found that certain forms of meditation work for me. That the meditation that do not involve visualization, because when you like visualize something, you already engage your mind, and it takes me like some time to really become like disconnected a little bit from your thought, but still be aware, because I found for myself like pretty often you might just like become half asleep, and that's not necessarily what helps, because as soon as you wake up you get back to the thing. I mean, you have to be fully aware and try to like notice the moment. And one of the ways that worked for me, like it's hard to kind of jump into the moment right away. You just start noticing like what you feel, like you hear the sound, or like they're like cars around, like what sounds they're making. So you start like feeling the environment through like regular senses, like your touch, smell, how does it smell here, like what sounds are around, and that starts like slowing you down a little bit. And after that you can switch to the more of a like feeling the moment, not through the physical senses, but more like, okay, so it's basically you feel like, oh, it's no more than a game. I mean, it's you're just like, you feel like you're like sitting in an avatar, like, and you like start feeling the person who is like actually like controlling the avatar. You can like, oh, okay, it's just a game. I mean, oh, it's fun, interesting. Yeah. It's like so interesting, and then it helps like really ground me. So yeah, that's what I found working for myself.
You're very correct there as well too. Visualization is a good thing if you want to intend something, or if you're feeling that there are certain forms of exercises that will help you to manifest something, right? But if you're really wanting just to ground yourself, visualization is not necessary at all. the greatest form of grounding yourself is presence. Everything, whatever is presence right here. Being here, being able to touch this table is grounding. Being able to be aware that I'm touching keys on a keyboard is grounding. Being aware that I'm around my environment and I'm hearing different sounds is very, very grounding. Going outside and having bare feet and touching my feet on the grass is very, very grounding because I'm present, I'm present, I'm present. That's it. All grounding is presence. So the more that you can really just present yourself in this moment and just be here and just allow awareness to come together, no processing, because that's why you're flip-flopping like this, up and down, up and down, up and down all the time, is because you need to process. Oh my goodness, I'm getting all this great information, I'm getting all these great ideas. You know, God knows this happens to me a lot, right? And I'm flip-flopping, I'm processing, I'm just getting all this information. It's like a Richter scale, right? And you're just getting all these different forms of fluctuations of waves because I'm so transfixed in regards, oh, what if this happens, or what if I do this, or what if that happens, etc. All these extensions of branches just come together, and we're exhausted. And all these other thought forms, again, are intermixing together with other ones. All this energy is coming together. Yes, it feels very, very healing. But again, law of equivalent exchange is all about the idea that if you already have energy that's full here, and you're trying to vibrate to another energy, that energy must go, so that energy needs to come in. So now it needs to vacate within your field, and now it's hanging around your field, and now you're feeling, oh, this is the greatest thing in the world. Oh, life sucks. This is great. Oh, it sucks. And then you're going through all this stuff because you're not allowing yourself to ground. So again, grounding really is the key. Keeping yourself very present, keeping yourself very aware as possible, and whatever it may be. If you feel you want to do a meditation where there's just no thought, no processing, you're just feeling complete and total awareness of the moment, fantastic. Going for a walk in nature, fantastic. Going for a drive, fantastic. Anything that just keeps you here and now, because as stated, Jonas has shared, the only time you're physical is right here, right now. You're not physical yesterday, you're not physical tomorrow. You're only physical here and now. And that's really the power in regards to what grounding is. It's physicality and feeling the awareness here and now in that way. So great advice for all of us, I think, is just to remember to ground. Because again, I think like yesterday and the last couple of days, there's been a lot of coronal mass ejections. There's been a lot of energy coming upon the planet, and it's been super intense. Like as soon as March started, I'm like, it's like a hurricane of energy coming together on the planet. So again, this is just a reminder for us to stay present. We can still do our work, and that's fine, but just know when to take a break. Know when the traffic light turns red and say, okay. And this is a funny thing as well, it's a personal story as well too. I would go down to the Starbucks because I need my latte, right? And I would get caught by trains all the time. So there's like a train track that goes right in between. And every single time I go for a walk, there's a train. Bam. I said, okay, stop. So I'm waiting for 5 minutes. Really, really long train, like a mile long, right? And I'm saying, okay, universe, why are you constantly giving me this stuff? Because it's time for you to surrender. It's time for you to stop for a moment, stop what you're doing, stop thinking so much, and just be here. And just observe the train going by. Watch the train go by. Watch the blinking red lights flash, right? Be here and be completely present. And when that happened, I did. I stayed completely present, and actually being able to see that train going by, it felt very, very relaxing. Like in the morning, I was like, oh my God, I'm attracting all these trains. What the hell? What's going on, man? Like, this is crazy, right? And I just go and I look at that, and I say, oh, okay, all right. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm just going to observe the train going by, this really long train, and then the tracks go up, and I'm able to continue to walk. And that's great. It's the universe saying, be present. Here's a moment to ground yourself. Just give yourself time to you. It's the same thing with yoga. When you're doing yoga for, whether it's in class or whether you're doing it by yourself, it's your time. It's your own time just to reflect upon yourself in this moment and be here and just ground. So that's the whole idea. And I think that's the thing, is that a lot of us in the spiritual movement, a lot of us in New Age movements or healing circles, etc., we don't give ourselves enough time. It's demand, 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 demand. It's new thought, new thinking, expansion, blah, blah, blah. Yes, you're going to have something like this, a big cone of your head. But understand, you're here too as well, right? So being able to really give yourself time to give that level of grounding. So grounding is very, very important. Grounding is just as important as your expansion. So it's very, very important that you bring in the yin and the yang energies together. We have a lot of powerful, yang energies we want to bring forward to ground ourselves in. We want to have that yin energy to expand our consciousness. But we want to make sure we're having them together in symmetry. Okay. Anything else on that, guys?
For me, oh, go ahead.
Oh, go ahead. Oh, I was just trying to say just another method that works for me. It works only in the summer. It's swimming in the ocean. It's like lazy lazy man's way. I mean, you don't have to do anything, don't need to visualize anything, just swim in the ocean, because and it works. And I only like later I learned that because there's a lot of salt there, and it's also rich in ormus, which helps to clear you like pretty quickly. So when you like swim in the salt water, works great for me at least.
I did that a lot in Hawaii as well too. Except I was actually kind of goofing around because I was with a friend of mine in Hawaii, and we were like, we're going deep into the water. It's all salt water as well too, so we're trying to keep our heads above. And so I'm trying to talk to him about something, and all of a sudden I get hit with this huge blast of ocean wave, boom, and I get all this stuff. And he just jokes around. He says, "Would it be hilarious if a drone came in right now and you were doing this?" "Oh yeah, we apologize right now. This conduit is currently drowning." Yeah. So we were just joking around, having fun in the seawater, and it was so fun. Like I felt like I was 6 years old again. And that really is true. Just being able to be in the salt water and just laugh it up, and just you feel like a young kid. It really is a great idea. Chloe, you had a show you wanted to.
Oh yes. The thing that probably works almost immediately for me is if I'm way up here and I want to get down to more balance, is to just focus on my breathing and take some deeper, exaggeratedly deep breaths, and just focus on doing it slowly, and that seems to quickly bring me back to normal.
Yeah. Yeah, breath is important as well too. The more that you really just start to breathe in, and this is why again we're looking into neutrality as well too, right? So when we neutralize ourselves, it really starts with the breath. The breath brings us back into the moment. That's why again the breath has been so well praised by just every spiritual master that you can imagine on the planet. It's just saying, if you want to come into presence, how do I do that? Follow the breath. Let the breath bring you in. And just let that presence come back together. Your breath is the greatest guide to present moment, and that's really the whole idea. So being able to really connect yourself in that way. So again, yeah, very, very true. So thank you. All right, guys.
Has there ever been a time where you can't ground yourself? Because I've already walked to the beach. I've been out in nature. I've done pretty much everything. I've meditated, and I don't feel grounded.
How about this moment right now? Just everything you're feeling, and just complete awareness of right here, right now.
I'm grounded.
That's it. You don't need to be grounded. Yeah, you don't need to meditate. You don't need to walk. You don't need to do anything to be grounded. You just need to be here. You just need to be completely present. And that's the whole idea. So again, meditation is a tool. It's a very powerful tool. You can certainly do it. Not everybody meditates. Not everybody goes out in the nature and walks around. We got business people working 9 to 6 or 12-hour days, etc. They don't have time to go in nature. However, they can come home and they can feel completely grounded. They can sit in their chair. They put their briefcase down and go like this, and they surrender to their space, grounded. Right? Excellent. That's the whole idea. That's all you have to do. It's baths, it's showers, whatever it is. But just being right here. There doesn't have to be a prop to what you feel you need to do to be grounded in the moment. Just to be in the grounded moment is just to be here and be completely aware. I mean, like yogis and ancient monks, they'll just basically tell you right away. We don't do anything. We're basically just right here. We're present always. We always present ourselves. We don't, go into that level of distraction. They train themselves so hard just to be here and now, and that's kind of a funny thing, right? It's such an effortlessness, but it's so much effort to do, right? That's the paradox. That's basically what we're going through right now, is looking into the effortlessness of the idea of being here and now. So yeah, it does represent, because you're looking into the idea that the mind itself is just looking to be trained to be present. We want to look by and say, oh my goodness, what am I going to do tomorrow at work? Or what am I going to make tonight for supper? What about the kids? Have I got them fed? Have I got them clothed? Etc. We got all these things pulling our focus out of reality every single moment, and we're not present. And this is basically the idea of receiving. We're constantly in a state of reception, right? And when you ground, you're just evening out the platform. You're evening out the playing field. You're just being here, and you're surrendering. Okay? Surrender yourself. Let your guard down. Okay? Take down the defensive shields. And let yourself just be here, be present, and be now. That's the key. Okay? Anything else that we want to share?
I also wanted to comment on what Gail said, just to share what worked for me, because I experienced a very similar thing and tried everything. Really, nothing seemed to work well. So what worked for me, I realized that time worked for me, because when I was doing that only like for 10 minutes, like meditation didn't work. 15 didn't work. I started doing it like longer, 20 minutes, and a few days in a row. The first day doesn't work, the second day doesn't work, but it actually does, but just very subtle. And on the third day, you start really feeling a little bit different, and on the fourth, etc. So you just keep doing that, and the best way, for me at least, was try to do something that doesn't involve your mind. For example, if you walk in the forest, you still like pretty often think about something else. So it doesn't help. So as soon as your mind is involved, you're quickly gonna be in your mind. So what worked for me also, I would just start like meditating on the feelings, like physical senses. For example, like how do you feel like headphone in your ear? How does it feel? You just concentrated on the like real physical feelings, and when you do that like for some time, for like 20 minutes or so, then from that point you can move into like noticing now moment. Because for me, I couldn't really notice now moment because I kept getting back into my thoughts. So try to just like feel physical sensations, like okay, how like my feet feel when they press against the like earth or like the like floor. Then like switch to your like fingers, and you'll be still like keep getting into your thoughts, but you move back yourself into the like simple feelings. And when you do it for some time, like for 20 minutes, half an hour, for a few days, then it starts working, and from that point you can move into more of a presence. At least that's what worked for me, because for me it was hard to like move into the presence right away. So
well, that's really good advice, because when I'm like this, spirit actually messes with me, like touch my skin, pull my hair, just little crazy things. Bring my attention over here. I hear a noise, there's nothing there. Just little games. That's what happens when I'm feeling like this.
Yep. And even if you feel that, again, this is funny too, because Tia just mentioned this to me as well too. It said if you're feeling that you're still trying to get into the moment, but you're not really too aware of your sensations, tapping, right? Just being able to get yourself together.
EFT.
Right?
EFT.
EFT, exactly.
Yeah.
Whatever you feel you can to stimulate yourself. That's even rubbing your hand.
I do color breathing. You're breathing in pink from the earth, which is the feminine energies on your right side, and then you're going to breathe out blue, which is the masculine. Like it goes up, and then it's not the infinity breath, but that helps too. That's it's very good. It balances. Like good for like.
That's the interesting thing as well too, because people can actually feel colors. There's actually people who, when they actually visualize colors, they can feel sensations in the body about what is coming through.
So breathing pink, exhale blue. It'll calm you down. It'll center you. Or if I have to do, like when I do therapeutic touch, I use a chi ball to ground me. It's like you just heart, head, and then just down to the floor. It's great. It works. And
That's
then
a
you
good
can
idea.
Oh, it's wonderful. It's fast, and you're good to go. Because when you got to do therapeutic touch, you got to be in your 100% in you, or else.
Yep.
Yeah.
And we played with chi balls. So I mean, that's something for you guys to explore as well.
Yeah, it helps.
So homework here tonight, guys. I want you just to be aware of yourself as much as possible. Just be present. I'd like to see you guys be more present in the day than actually saying, here, I got to do this, I got to do that, I got to do this, I got to do that. I understand if we have work and all that stuff like that, that's great. But if you have, please put 5, 10, 15, 20 minutes of your time towards just being present. Not to do a thing, just being able to be completely aware, it's going out in nature for a walk, whatever it is. Just be very, very present in this moment, and see exactly how it feels to you. And especially when you're feeling that you're about to go into that bipolar slide, right? Ground yourself, center yourself, and say, okay, surrendering, completely surrendering. What is attracting me to all these things here? I'm just basically able to open myself up, be completely aware of what I'm holding on to, and I'm completely surrendering in this moment. And you'll notice these things start to increase.
Do you think it still could be the quitting smoking?
I feel that there's a lot of that. I feel that it's almost kind of like there's an angry little demon inside you.
Yeah.
Now, as soon as you came into class today, I wrote down, Gail, extinction burst. This is a term behaviorists use when you would normally be telling parents about this term because their kids have been tantruming, so they call you in to help, and you find out it's because they've been doing something to reinforce the behavior. So you teach them how to stop reinforcing, and what does the kid do? They go even worse. They get really, really bad, and the tantrums are really bad, and it's called extinction bursting. And I saw it as soon as you entered the class, and I totally feel like that's what's happening for you, is you've learned how to let go of something. You've got these new behaviors coming in, these new feelings, new habits that are coming in and excited, but the old ones are like, no! I still want to be here! Yeah.
Like saying this little shadow being in the closet, right? And you're shining a light on my. You know,
Yeah, that explains it exactly.
It'll go away. Just keep it up. It'll go away.
I mean, there's a very, very small part of me that still has a coffee demon inside me, right? Because like I've craved coffee for so long, and I've promised myself I'd never go back on. But there's still this little bit. Right, you might have some coffee. Come on, it's not gonna hurt you. Come on, get into it. It's all right. Just have a little bit. You know, and I was, no. If I start that, then what's gonna stop me from doing it the next day? The next day. You know.
Yeah.
Switch to David's tea. That gets you on coffee. You have David's tea over there?
Oh, we have David's tea. Yep, we have David's tea in Canada for sure. Again, like I said, I've always liked the chai latte.
David's tea is
Yeah.
yeah.
But it's like I said, it's a much better thing. So like I said, I used to drink like 3, 4, 5 cups of coffee per day, and it was intense. Like, you know, I got such a craving for it, right? Because I put like almond milk in it, and I defend myself. So, you know, I'm just putting almond milk in it, and I'm putting honey in it, or I'm putting agave syrup in it, so it's really healthy. I'm like, no, man, it's the coffee itself, and like even my gut would feel it afterwards, right? Like, you know, a little bit here and there was okay, but I just went overboard. And so I just said I was doing yoga, and I said, okay, I can see exactly why I'm all tensed up. It's a lot of this has to do with coffee, because I was experimenting with how they said the food I'm eating, no, food's okay. And I just said, okay, it's the coffee, that's what it is. And as soon as I got off the coffee, I was like, oh my God, this food is great. So then I was going to like Starbucks or, you know, other coffee shops and saying, okay, what can I do to replace coffee? And then chai lattes came. Oh, okay, I got that, right? And as soon as I tasted that, I was like, yeah, it's great, it's great. So it's my happy crack. But also, again, for another particular type of homework as well too, I would like to see you guys being able to share at least one journal entry next week. So if you want to have a particular journal entry that you want to sanitize, so to speak, that's fine. But I'd like to see if we can actually go through. This is going to be part of rituals that we're going to be talking about next week. So I'd like to see if you guys can share at least one journal entry in class next week. So if you can do that, go ahead and prepare that. And again, in our new anymeeting.com meeting place, we'll be sharing that as well too. And again, talking more about rituals and methods as well too. So unless there's any other questions, we'll wrap up the class. But do we have any last questions before we conclude today?
So with this anymeeting.com, you're just going to send us a link and we can hook up just.
There's going to be an email. Yeah, it's going to be a chain email. It's not just going to be sent through Facebook, but it'll be sent to everybody's email. So I'll be giving you guys instructions, and I think there'll be a tutorial video as well, so you guys can check out how you'll be able to use it.
Okay.
It's very easy. It's easy. Yeah. Very simple. Okay, great,
And I
guys.
think I missed something, Brad.
Yeah, hello, you had a question?
Yes, you were saying for the last part of the homework to do what again?
Just a journal entry. Just being able to share a journal entry in regards to your daily life. You want to sanitize it in certain ways, that's fine. But just something that you can share in regards to an experience, you know, how your day went, and maybe it's something that, it could be something that's super exciting, or maybe it just was a standard mellow day. That's fine. Whatever it is, just being able to share your journal entry, because this is part of the ritual stuff that we're going to be talking about next week.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, thank you.
Right? So hopefully you guys are writing in your psychic journals every day. Right? So this is basically a checkup and seeing how you guys do.
I haven't been.
All
I
right.
haven't either. I'm going to start.
I haven't either.
I have some entries, yes.
Start spanking some butts here, right? That's good. All right. Well, guys, thank you so much. Thanks again for a really great class today. And again, we'll have a really fun time next week with the new software. And again, looking forward to rituals and methods. So thank you so much. Have a great rest of the week. Much love to you guys. And talk to you next week.
Namaste.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, everybody.
Take care.
Bye. Bye.
Goodbye.